Now we're going to have Melinda join the meeting. All right, you're back in. I sent Christy another link.
Okay. And I
This
sent
is-
her a message saying,
this-
hey, he's sending another link.
This is very high tech. I was listening to the Adam Carolla show the other day, having all sorts of internet problems. And I go, well, look at our show's always run smoothly. We've never had problems.
Yeah. And I'll tell you from all the live segments that I do, everybody's so stressed. There's so many technical issues. And a lot of the times I end up doing my show to a blank screen and I just have to act like I know what I'm doing because they can't figure out how to get the whole thing rolling.
It's crazy, isn't it?
It's stressful. It's stressful for everyone. But at the same time, like, I'll be curious to see how we come back to this. At what point will they open the studios? And at what point will my company be okay with it? Because the money they're going to have to spend to bring us back, they've been saving all that cash for a year now. They don't want to.
Could you imagine how much it costs to send you all over the place? It's got to be $1,000 a day.
No, I thought it was so interesting. How were they making money? You know what I mean? With all the travels and the expenses and stuff. But now that they see how great it is to not spend that money, I could see why do it? I mean, and that's what they're saying in New York too. A lot of these companies that had real estate in Manhattan, because it's, really showy to show that you have that, they aren't coming back because they've recognized they can still make revenue and make more by not paying that overhead space. So
she can't get in.
No. I don't know what to do about that. Yeah, it's only showing that there's the two of us here and that we are recording. Hey, hey technology. She's gotten in before, unless it's where she's at. Is she's in a rural.
She's saying it's an invalid meeting.
Oh. Well, I was able to get in. So.
Same link. I sent you the link. I sent her the link first.
Oh, you sent Christy the link first? Well,
it just happened to be up there. Her thing was up.
Fine. Yeah, technology. I don't know.
All right. Well, let's try to reset. I don't know what to be done.
She's tried more than once. So the big Zoom thing is when you do a Zoom, the number one quote from Zoom is "you're on mute," right? That's the number one thing. So I guess the number two thing is let's reboot. What else can you do? I don't know.
Let me see if Christy's frowny face. Let's see. I'm gonna try this.
This could just be one of those, how some days things just don't work out. This could just be one of those.
I know. It's frustrating. We were rolling. Galen, don't pay for this episode, okay? This episode's no charge. I'm not saying that other woman's name either because she's charging me, she says.
Oh, I know. Well, I mean, it started out as elder abuse and then it really got so you have to be so careful. Did you see the thing that I posted this morning about Piers Morgan? Do you know who that is?
Yes, I do. I briefly saw that. Did he date her before or something?
That's an interesting story, Tom. They had connected on Twitter. And, here is the thing that I think is such a good lesson for men and women on social media and dating. Because, you make up a story when you connect on social media that you know each other, right? You think you know each other, even though it's not real life. They connected on social media because she was in that show Suits. And then she came to London for something. And so she said, hey, do you want to meet? And he said, yes. So they met one time at a pub and they met for an hour. Christy's here. Hi, Christy.
I'm exhausted.
And we can see your iPad number at the bottom of the screen. Are you okay with that? That anybody can call your iPad number?
I don't think that gets recorded.
It really? Okay.
Yeah. If you notice, our YouTubes don't have.
Can you hear me? There she is. Yes, I can hear you. Yay.
What's going on?
Oh my God. Live in the country and see what you get.
Friday stuff, man. No.
It's crazy.
I know. Well, I was updating Tom on that Piers Morgan story because the quick version is what happened is they knew each other on social media, on Twitter and stuff. When she was going to travel to London, she said, hey, do you want to meet up? They met up at a pub. met for like an hour. And then she went to a private party afterwards where she met Harry for the first time. Well, we all know what happened once she met Harry.
Yeah.
So Piers continued to compliment her. You have to read this story. Loved her, loved her, loved her. And then he got upset because she stopped responding to him, right? He met her one time in person, and now he's pissed because he wasn't invited to the wedding. So then he started degrading her and saying how awful she was. All this before saying how smart, how educated, how intuitive. Suddenly she's none of those things.
Yeah.
He says she owes him an explanation of why she ghosted him. She owes him. He met her one time in person. And this is what I said about dating. Men think you owe them if you're nice to them because they make up a story.
You told this last week.
In your own head, there's a story going on. And we all do it to some degree, but I think, yeah.
So now.
Hi, Christy.
And so the final thing was he was on his show and he was like, disparaging her. So someone else on the show said, well, we all know you don't like Megan, but since the time she met you that one time, she's never said anything disparaging about you. Why do you continue to say disparaging things? Because of that one comment, Piers got so upset on a live show, he got up and walked off because he couldn't take
I saw that
pressure. You baby.
He quit. He resigned. Yeah.
Fucking baby. You get one soft throw your way and you run away. I have no respect for someone that can dish it out and can't take it. Like I dished it out. If you hit me, go ahead. I have to take it because I dished it. Man.
Exactly.
So I'm going to get off my high horse. I just had to spew that out because I've been raging all morning about it.
I couldn't believe that video. When I saw that video, I was like, oh my God, this man has lost his mind. I didn't know the backstory that they had met at a bar or something. And yeah. Oh, wow.
Yes, Morgan.
And so it goes to the whole thing about, Christy, I was telling Tom about that article you sent me about men and women over 65 and the reality of dating and how women don't want to live with men because they don't want to take care of them anymore, and how shocking it is for men, because I think maybe without realizing it, that is what the man's thinking. Thank goodness someone will take care of me now, because it's just been what men over 65 are familiar with.
Yeah.
And so now what? I'm not taking care of anybody. I'll be a partner.
Yes, you are.
I'll be a partner with somebody.
I poop a lot.
But I don't want to do that. I don't want to look after anybody else.
Well, see, the thing is, I think we hit a point as women in our lives, we hit a point where we realize that we've always belonged to someone else's identity. We have become a wife, and then you lose your name. Basically, you lose who you are as an identity with being a wife. And then you have children, and then you become the mother.
Yeah.
And you again lose your name. You don't have a name. You're somebody's mother.
Yep.
Somebody's wife, somebody's mother. And then I think we get it to a point where, and typically I think it's when either through a divorce or when the kids go off to college and you're in that situation where you suddenly realize, oh my God, who the hell am I? Where did I go? And what is it about me? And that's when women start their search for figuring out. And at that point, they're like, fuck you, I'm not taking care of anybody. Pew, 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 pew.
If you're this old without being dead, you have these thoughts.
Well, Tom, as a guy, when you got married, did you have those thoughts of like, I hope I don't lose myself because I'm getting married now? Or what did you think when you got married was going to be the bonus of being married?
I've always been very supportive. Go off and you do you, and I'm going to support you, and I'm going to do me, and hopefully you support me. I mean, I didn't think about it as, getting an indentured servant.
Right.
You didn't fall into that Judeo-Christian mindset of, oh, I've got this wife, I own her, and now she's mine, and then she can do well, you are an oddity, Tom.
You're an oddity. You are an
I've heard that many, many times.
I mean it in the highest regard. Seriously, because I think the reality is that the majority of men, once they're married, and I think women fall into it too, when they're in that, oh, I'm in love thing, they're codependent with that power position. So they allow it.
Yeah, you see women, on a yacht at the beach, all the, and their focus is all this outside exterior, and some guy's paying for all that. So there's the dynamic they've agreed to, that I'll be a piece of property.
Exactly.
What's going on? Hang on, avocado toast flying in.
Oh, I'm so hungry, and I'm vegan. Oh my gosh.
Look at that.
Tom's always showing off the vegan meals because Patrick cooks all the time.
Well, Patrick's cooking. Patrick's daughter is in the kitchen. Ellie, she's making avocado toast. Look at that.
No,
that's my favorite.
I could open the door and let my cats in and show off. Look at me with my cats. I got cats, but I don't.
This morning, I was told by my sister that after her lunch break, she was going to carry the garden soil through, and it has to go right through my office here. So right through my space. And she said, I'm going to carry it through. And I was like, what?
Tom doesn't care.
We should just have like family time. Everybody come in.
Tom doesn't care. There was a live interview on Jimmy Fallon. I wish I could remember the actress's name. She's very lovely. She's giving a live interview, and then all of a sudden you hear bang, 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 right? So she goes like this, and she looks, and she says, that wasn't a very aggressive sound. And so Jimmy's laughing because it sounds like a bit, right?
Yeah.
She looks and she goes, no, it's okay. She goes, fine, just fine, guys. Just go ahead. You have to go this way. 2 workmen walk behind her because she has to get some plumbing done. And she says, my husband and daughter are in the other room. I don't know why they're coming to the door. I'm just like, of course, the husband and daughter are in the other room.
Wow.
She's getting a Fallon interview.
Our new reality.
Can I get a little help here? Can we keep the workers out of the shot?
Just let me do
my
there
you
5
go.
minutes.
There you go, Tom. It's the woman has to take care of everything.
Everything.
It's a sad state of affairs.
It is.
Well, I think it's definitely different. Men and women are more aware of balance now, I think, than ever before. I mean, it was never when I got married, and like, I think I got married in 1982. It just was a traditional role of like, Anna was pregnant at the time. So it was like, oh, you're staying home. I'm making money. And we never really talked about the division of labor. It was just assumed I would do everything. And then when I went back to work, I continued to do everything.
Well, that's interesting, because when I got married the second time, the first time I was married for a year and a half of my 20s, but the second time we both worked in the same type of job. So it wasn't like you're going to stay home and I'm going to go to work, or vice versa. It's like we're very much a teamwork. We're all doing stuff together.
So so you guys came in on a level playing field pretty much anyway. Yeah.
So did you both?
And that makes a difference.
Yeah. Did you both cook? You both cleaned? You both did the kids?
From where I'm saying, I say yes. Now she may have a different story, but I specifically have I know that I changed as many diapers as anybody.
That one day.
When I got married the second time, I laughed because all you can do is laugh. Otherwise I would just run into a padded room and bang my head. Yeah. Because the boys and I had been living alone. I was a single mom. So I had a plan because I was a working single mom. I had 3 jobs. I was busting my butt to take care of my kids. So I married this guy and we moved into our new house, and we're sitting in the kitchen. We're having a meeting because the boys and I had this little deal we did. We took a glass cookie jar, wrote down every job that needed to be done in the house. And every Saturday morning we would draw from the jar because we had to share the responsibilities. So so we sit down and we're talking, we get the jar down and we're talking about the jar. So my husband is sitting there and he's looking at me like, So at the end of the conversation that I was having about how we do the jar, he says to all of us, me specifically, why would you make the boys do their laundry or clean the toilets?
Wow.
And I said,
Did you meet him? Was this a mail order marriage?
No.
it was not, but it was a Greek marriage.
Oh,
Wow.
I've dated one Greek and man, that was a tough lesson. Do not do that.
Wow.
So there was that. And so he was like, no, this is not okay. So I said, well, this is the way we do it. And it's going to continue until,
Until I
anything
divorce
changes. Yeah, right. So then at some point he buys into, he says, okay, fine. That's how we'll do it. So very shortly thereafter, he's not doing any of his jobs. He draws his jobs, but he's not doing them. He starts paying the boys to do them. And then, which they thought was good at first, but then he started doing it and then he would pay them. So I called another meeting and I'm like, okay, here's the deal. You're going to do your own work because everybody has to share the load, or you can hire a maid for all of us. So we got the maid. Yeah. Because he wasn't cleaning the toilet. He wasn't doing those things. So, and the reality was in the end, after a little while, I ended up being the one paying for the maid too. So I got screwed all the way around with that one. Yeah. But it was just so amazing to me how it was just assumed that I was just to take care of all that stuff because his mother did that. I mean, that was just, it's just the societal norm. It's the culture.
These are conversations that need to be had before we get married.
Before you sign that damn contract. Exactly. And that's why women don't want to do the marriage thing. Yeah. They do that LAT, living apart together. Yeah.
Would you consider that, Tom, living apart together?
I guess I would if that's the structure, but I'm not of the mind that a woman's going to come into my house and take care of everything. We're 50-50. I mean, I do all the dishes here.
What if you're madly in love with someone and she says, cool, I hear what you're saying. I still don't want to live with you. Would you still do it?
It would depend how accessible. Is she 2 hours away? I may not want to have a relationship.
Always about the math.
Well, of course. I mean, if she's 15 minutes away, live wherever you like.
So what's your line?
So that just, I mean, well, think with pandemic, you're far away always. So it changes everything. Yeah, it's crazy.
I
think when I'm done, go ahead.
No, I was gonna say, what's your mileage line? You said 15 is a yes, an hour is a no. So
45 minutes is the fulcrum.
So she's 46 minutes away.
So long. So long, bitch. Good luck.
Cut the line. Cut the line.
That's if she wants to live by herself, right?
Yeah.
Yes. Now you can go back and
forth. No, she wants another boyfriend. Yeah. And you're just the candy on the side.
You're a candy. You're the candy. Would you be the candy?
You know, it's interesting. I saw a guy. I was doing an open mic last week, and a buddy of mine did 5 minutes extemporaneously about being the one first comic talked about side chicks. Right.
Okay. Love that. Oh, tell me more.
February 15th, all that other stuff, the day after Valentine's Day. And the guy said, I used to be a side guy. He goes, that's the best position in the world. You're not responsible for birthdays or Christmases or Valentine's Day. You're just the fun guy on the side. So as a man, he wants to be the side guy. Why take I don't want to be the main boyfriend. I want to be the side guy.
That's great. But you have to know if you're a side guy. I don't want to hear your opinion about anything. You're a side guy.
That's it.
You don't get the benefits of telling me how you feel about things.
Well, I was thinking about this the other day. I was thinking about how, you always hear about the sister wives stories and everything. It's always the sister wives. So I wondered why there aren't brother husbands. I mean, what's that about? Why can't it be the one female in the harem, which takes us back to previous episodes you guys have talked about, but seriously.
Do you want that much dick though? I mean,
no, because it's interesting because women can bond together like, hey man.
Speaking of dick.
Right on time. But women can bond together like cats. You can have 4 women, they all party together. Men don't party like that. Men don't go out in a group like that. They go out and hunt together, but they don't bond together. We're all going to paint our toenails together and stuff like that. We're not going to sit around drinking
Did
wine.
you guys play basketball and stuff?
We do that, but it's not the same type of dynamic. I think women are very super supportive of each other, or at least on surface wise, but they've got interesting, more deeper bonds. Men don't have that type of bond.
Why do you think that is though, Tom and Matt? Why do you think there's not deep bonding on it? And you know, when you talk about bonding
Because,
over
you know what it
your
is?
nails, the nails is a superficial way
Of course.
to do the other stuff.
It's just like, you know, the United States we're gonna focus our attention against the Russians because we're having a war. All right. And if all of a sudden the Martians would come, well, Russia and the United States would be on the same side.
Yes.
Yeah.
Right. So women are like different countries getting together to bond against the male. Whereas men are like, we're all independent countries. We're not looking, I don't need another guy to come bond with versus women. No.
We do that because you kill us on a regular basis.
I don't know why. I just say that's so to have these harems of 4 women living together and a guy is, you know, is the center of the center of the harem.
Yeah.
Versus 4 guys and a woman. It's not gonna that dynamic's not happening. Look at the face on Davis just thinking about that.
So Davis, would you be part of a harem? Would you be the side guy? Would you be the candid? Choose one.
He just happened to be in the conversation.
I'm just happy to be one-on-one with somebody I care about.
Go
fuck yourself. That's what I say.
Are you kidding me? This is why we have him on the show.
God damn it.
Get out of here. This is fun entertainment.
We're gonna mute his ass now.
That's entertainment.
Okay, you're not in love
Nice to
with
meet
anybody.
you, Christy.
It's
Christy.
nice to meet you too, Matt.
Nice to meet you, Melinda.
Hi, Matt, you're not in love with anybody, and someone says you either have to be the side piece, the part of the harem, or what was the other one? Side piece, harem. Let's just say those two. You either are the side piece, that means we use you when you leave, so we don't want to hear you talk.
It's okay, that's a dream.
Or you're part of the harem. or you're nothing. Would you
I don't want to be around, I don't want to be in a group of guys. It's the same reason I don't go to strip clubs, because I don't want to be in a group of guys where there are other erections.
I can appreciate that.
So
I don't either.
I'm
Lone
good with being the
boner.
side piece, and you could see me. I mean, I've had relationships where I would see a woman and then not see her for a few weeks, and then, you know, see her again.
By
I've
whose
had
choice?
that relationship. Huh?
By whose choice?
It was mutual, very mutual.
That's nice. Yeah. That's very nice.
Yeah,
Don't
no
mind
jealousy.
us, Tom. Don't mind us. Eat your fucking avocado toast.
I had to take a bite.
Show. No big deal. I'm gonna let my cats in.
Are we allowed to have lunch while we're on here?
It's encouraged.
So Christy, just for people that don't know, describe who you are and what you do so people understand what your knowledge is with, you know.
I don't know what I am, Melinda.
By the way, we had a very hard transmission in the beginning. Christy couldn't get on for 10 minutes, so we had a late start with Christy. Matt was here
No
to do
problem. I'm excited to be here with all you fine
the
folks.
movie trivia. We wanted to include Christy in that.
Well, what can I say? I'm an acupuncture physician, doctor of Oriental medicine when I'm in Florida.
Yes.
When I'm here, I kind of am. I do a lot of these kind of deals with my patients and stuff, but I was a school teacher before that. I've just done a lot of things in my life, and I'm, as my sisters and different people in my life said, I'm a Google queen because I research everything. I love to research stuff. And I'm also told that I have a head full of shit trivia.
There you go. Well, really? Well, that's why we got Davis here to see what's. Let's shake that head, see what comes out.
I hit the right button because I was telling my sister this morning, and it's so funny when she's here helping me take care of mom. We go through a great thing where I'll say something and she just looks at me like, where did that come from?
Yeah.
I informed her about the connection between birds and dinosaurs, and she just was like, So
What?
I looked out the window, I saw a bird. What the hell?
Let's go there.
Let's make
Right?
connections, make a connection.
Tell everyone, Christy, because I mean, the stuff in your background. So for
Yeah,
people
can I
that are
buy pot from you?
unfamiliar-
That's the question.
Not yet.
For
Not
people
yet.
that are
But one
unfamiliar
day, hopefully, when
Yeah.
it becomes legal, I want to be a gardener.
Yeah, absolutely. So for people that are unfamiliar with Oriental medicine, can you explain what's behind you and what all that is?
These are crude herbs that are used in combination. You typically pick multiples of them, put them together, and they make an alchemical creation that helps people heal, helps take care of issues, any kinds of symptoms and things that you might have going on. And you have to cook them up like a tea. It's called a tong, but it's like a tea. You put them all together, you cook them up. Most people hate them because they smell really bad, they taste really bad, but
Yep.
they're all plants, and I'm vegan, but there's a couple of things back there that are from
There's balls involved.
insects and animals. And yeah, what'd you say, Tom?
I said there's
Tom,
balls
thanks.
involved.
Balls.
I
Sometimes
don't
Those-
know. I draw
you.
the line. I draw the line. You have to go to China to get that.
There you go.
Christy, I actually did see an herbalist, a friend of mine, her ex-husband is an herbalist in St. Pete.
Mhm.
That I went and saw an Eastern herbalist for some liver issues I had years ago.
Yeah.
So that's really fascinating. I
Yep.
totally, it helped me a lot, actually.
Oh, yeah.
It's really great.
It is amazing. It's amazing stuff. I right now I'm in the process, Melinda, I aggravated this jawline of mine. I had a tooth that I thought needed to get a crown. The dentist thought I needed a crown. I'd cracked it. And so I was doing some stuff the other day, and I was using some cups on my face, and I just kept going over it. It felt so good right here in this area. I kept going over it and over it. And now you can have this great big jaw. It looks like I got punched because I sucked all the infection to the surface.
Yeah.
So I went into the dentist to get the crown yesterday, and he says, I can't give you a crown. He's like, you need a root canal. That tooth is bad. It's gone. So,
Ugh.
fortunately, I saved myself from getting a crown and then having to go back and because it sucked all of that up to the surface. And I'm taking herbs to get it down in it. Because if you'd have seen me 2 days ago, you would have thought, gee, Manetti.
Really?
And the pain was so severe. And now with the herbs and stuff, I have no pain with it. I'm cool with it. And I'm choosing to do the herbs instead of antibiotics because I don't take antibiotics. Haven't taken an antibiotic in probably close to 27 years. And my goal is to not have to take it unless I'm dying. So I want it to save me. So
Right.
yeah.
Right.
So Christy and I were doing cupping the other day on a Zoom to help. Is it called facial rejuvenation? What's the proper term?
Mhm.
And so it pulls the blood to the surface. It was fantastic. I got worried because I didn't have bruising, but you could see like the little blood up on the surface, but it's fine. And I did it the next day. I know I wasn't supposed to, but I liked it so much that I did it the next day.
You were going to. I knew you were just like so into it. I knew you would.
I'm
It's
super
fabulous,
excited.
though.
Super excited. I think my skin even looks so much better, honestly, from doing that. So, Tom, have you ever been to an herbalist or done anything like that?
I had cupping done to my back one time. I think in the course of a massage. And
What do you think about that?
I thought it was fine. I can't say that it made I can't say that, made it, you're like, oh my God, that cupping was great.
Did you get the big bruises?
I did have them on my back, but I couldn't see them. But I mean, I thought I saw them in a mirror, but it didn't, I wasn't, I knew they were there, but I didn't think about it.
Yeah.
Okay. Have you done cupping, Matt? Have you had cupping done?
No, but I find it fascinating. It's really, like that vampire facial is a big thing in Hollywood now, right? Where it
I
brings
did
blood.
one. I did one of those.
Did you? And it's all about bringing blood to the surface and rejuvenating the skin. It makes total sense, right?
Yeah. I mean,
Lots
I'm
of stuff.
93 and it worked great.
You look amazing.
Is that the facial that there's actually blood on your skin?
Yes.
They
Yes.
take your blood and put it back on your face, and then they
What?
use needles, and you lay there, and it's supposed to. I think you're supposed to do
Yeah,
several
they can-
treatments. I just did the one treatment, and all it did was make my face very red for a few days. I don't know that it worked for me personally. I believe in the process of it. I probably should have gone back, but I was working and couldn't afford to have a very red face for that long a period of time.
Wow.
I liked the idea of it. I thought it was fascinating.
Christy, how about a tip for those folks that are watching? If they could get an herb, what would you suggest? My brother Patrick's making tea these days.
Oh, what's Matt got? He has something. And is that an herb?
Yes, it is.
Oh,
What is,
Well,
is
that
oh, I want to be in Florida.
He's high as a kite right now.
is that a vape? Is that a vape?
Yeah, it is. I have medical marijuana license for medical marijuana.
I do too, but I'm in Indiana and I can't use it here. So
Oh, do you need a license for that stuff? I think it's fine.
There you go. Governor McKinsey.
It's fine. What herb would you recommend, Christy?
it depends, like right now going into springtime, because people tend to have, well, spring is the season of the liver in Oriental medicine. So you've got a lot of liver energy. When you think about those little green sprouts coming up, that's just a lot of yang energy pushing up through that hard dirt and ground. So it's considered to be associated with the liver function. And it's a great time to drink like a licorice and chrysanthemum tea.
Ooh, all right.
Yeah. Yeah. Put the crude licorice. Oh,
Who's that? Everybody's checked their phones.
I don't know. Sorry, it was me.
Probably
All right,
another
let's just
one.
get to Christy.
Sorry,
Let's just get to the sex herbs. Now, which one?
The sex herbs. Well, you know, there is
Yohimbe.
Horny goat weed.
typically like deer antler, velvet is really good for male.
Vigor.
To give you that.
Vigor, please. Really?
What about
It makes you like a caveman, you know, you're beating your chest.
is there stuff for women to
Just to calm them down and make them be just lay down quietly.
Right.
Is that really what you want, Tom?
there are moments in our
You don't-
conversation that I recognize Tom is beyond repair.
I've never had a problem with a woman acting like nothing's
Oh.
happening. When that happens, that's usually a bad sign from my book.
Yeah, I was
Is that
gonna
the
say that's
goal?
not usually what your goal is.
Is that the
No.
goal?
I'm
Are
just
you
kidding.
through
of
yet
course.
is a bad sign, right?
Yeah, I've been done for a while.
Right. What time is it now?
Oh no.
Oh, that's funny. There are a lot of herbs that work for different things like that. And especially like Western herbology, they tend to kind of package everything under one and it's kind of generic. In Chinese medicine, we typically go very individualized. So if one person has, like if they have erectile dysfunction or something like that going on, it might be coming from a completely different reason than another person would have it. So you would give them different formulas completely. And the formulas are very customized. There's some very standard formulas, but you use them
Huh.
for all kinds of different things according to what the symptoms are. And there's a saying in Chinese medicine, same diagnosis, different treatment, and different treatment, same, you know, or I don't know. I forget it now. I haven't had enough coffee.
It's for
yet
your
today.
memory thing. It's a memory.
I forgot my memory herbs this morning. I'm taking so much for this. It's all-
Ginkgo
my brain-
biloba.
My brain's like mashed
Right?
potatoes in there. It's like-
So what about? Go ahead.
I was gonna say that shows such a distinction between Western and Eastern medicines, right? Because we are
Yeah.
one size fits all kind of a culture. Like, oh, you have a headache, take this. You have a stomach ache, take this. That's why I love
Exactly.
talking to you, because my specific issues I had when I was younger were handled in such a different way and specific to me, and it changed right away, as opposed to going to a doctor and getting surgery, which is what that was his first right off the top before anything. Oh, let's just take that out, where you're like, oh, you know, we can do this, this, and this. And my health got so much better by taking the herbs and being more aware of what I needed for myself, as opposed to a
Right.
doctor that says, whenever I see this problem, I just take it out.
Right, because theoretically, I mean, it definitely in Oriental medicine, and I would think on the level of being a human, you would like to keep as much of your body together as possible. you want to keep those organs. They're there for a reason.
Yeah.
It just amazes me how Western medicine says, you don't need your gallbladder. You don't need this. You don't need that. We'll just take your tonsils out. We'll take your adenoids out. We'll take, they're always removing everything.
Yeah.
And then they come to find that, we might need those for something.
Right.
There might be a reason to have some of that stuff. So
taking your tonsils out was such a thing. Do you guys all have your tonsils out, everybody?
Yep.
No, I've got my tonsils.
I still have my tonsils, but everybody
I do
tonsil. Yeah, I still have my tonsils. I also have 4 wisdom teeth. I've never had my wisdom teeth taken out. I have my appendix. I've never had a surgery of any kind, but I've been fortunate. But I do remember all my friends. It was like a normal thing. Like, oh yeah, they're getting their tonsils out. No, it wasn't even considered a big deal.
Right.
Yeah. It's true. Yeah.
It's a weight loss program. Well, if we take out your tonsils, your appendix, your gallbladder, there's 3 pounds.
I'll take it. Yeah.
Yeah. All those things you need for your immune system and for your digestion. Who needs them? Take them out.
Take that out.
All right. Are you guys ready?
Just drink liquids for the rest of your life.
Exactly.
Are you guys ready to play our trivia game?
We are. Before we do, I just want to give Christy some kudos. The other day when we were doing the cupping, she suggested to me, and I've told Tom this before, to fill a gallon jug of water so you can track how much water you're drinking and try to drink that gallon jug. And I will say, in just a few short days, my goodness, what a difference it's made. Not only am I continuing to lose weight, but I'm actually more full. I'm eating less. I think my skin actually looks better. So I'm excited to see as I go down the road how much that change. Such a simple change in your life. Just try it. And then Tom suggested as a side tip, well, you know what you could do, because Christy's suggestion wasn't enough. Carry around that gallon jug, and then you could also be exercising at the same time.
Well, congratulations, Melinda, on your journey there. And Tom, you guys are both inspirations as far as fitness.
Oh yes, yep. We're gonna be able to cover.
I definitely.
Podcasting weekly.
Those gallon jugs are just crazy.
8 pounds.
Well, I have the glass ones too. I don't do plastic, so I've got glass ones. So
wow,
oh, man,
holy shit!
Next time I come on, I'll be sleeveless so I can show you my guns.
Oh, I like it. I like it. That sounds great. So, Matt, I'm going to assume the trivia that you have for us today is very sexually oriented.
You mean for ratings, right? For ratings?
Ratings. Because I know you want to adhere to like kind of the path of the show and how we go. So what have you got, Matt?
Well, I got to work on, I'll get back to you on the sexually oriented part. But I was thinking, okay, I was in the shower this morning and I thought of this question. So many films of our iconic films that, we think of as, wow, that movie has just, changed the world in a sense, or you mentioned it in conversation with people and everybody knows it, right? But which one of these classic films, some of them, even though they're classics or iconic, they didn't do so well at the box office. So that made me wonder, what are the biggest box office flops of what we consider iconic films? So I've come up with a list of 4 films, Christy, and you have to tell me which one was the biggest flop. We have 4 films, and which one of these was the biggest domestic box office flop?
May I ask, is it just flat out which one generated fewer dollars at the box office, not compared against budget and things like that?
No, I'll give you the budget if you want to hear it.
No, that's fine.
But
amigos.
I can't do extemporaneous information in problem solving.
Christy gets to go first. Melinda gets to go second. Tom, you're last.
Oh, I'm
but
so
here in the Bible.
Here are your 4 choices. Number 1. Now think about these are all iconic films. Number 1, 2001: A Space Odyssey from 1968. Okay, now which one of these had the lowest box office?
Okay, we're not stupid.
2001.
Glad he's repeating.
B is Annie Hall. That's timely with the Woody Allen thing going on right now. C is Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory.
Oh.
And D is the Shawshank Redemption. So 2001, Annie Hall, Willy Wonka, or the Shawshank Redemption. Which one of those was the biggest box office flop?
Christy, you're up.
And the flop implies that it's it created the least
Least
amount
amount
of
at the
income.
domestic box office when it was
I'm going to
originally
say
released.
2001 because tickets were much cheaper back then.
Oh, look at that. She's throwing this curveball. I like that.
That's all
Okay,
I
so
got.
that was 1968's 2001, before we were all born, of course. So that's good.
Oh, exactly.
Okay.
I don't know anything about that movie.
Very good.
Words.
Melinda,
Okay, Space Odyssey, Willy Wonka.
Annie Hall, or Shawshank Redemption?
Well, I want it to be Annie Hall because I hate Woody Allen.
I know, don't we all know?
But I don't think that's it. I really, before Christy said anything, I was just thinking a Space Odyssey, and I could be making this up, but in my head, I seem to remember hearing that it didn't do as well as they thought that it was going to do. So I'm going to say it based on the complete fabrication that I have a memory that it didn't do well. And that's how I live my life, and that's how I'm choosing.
So you're going with what? 2001 as well?
Yeah.
Okay, let's break this
Here
down.
come the numbers.
Here comes the breakdown.
Here come the numbers.
Ladies and gentlemen,
Here come the breakdown.
Sponsored by Handy Tape. Handy Tape, when you
You're
got
in
an
a
extra
jam.
20 bucks in your pocket.
Can
All
I
right.
be the Vanna White for your handy tape?
Yeah.
Tom?
Okay, Annie Hall did very well. I think they won like 6 Academy Awards, so that's not going to be part of it.
Doesn't
2000
mean they brought in revenue just because they won awards.
Oh, please, your turn's over.
Oh, wait, did I say that out loud? Sorry. In my head.
And 2001, I think, was a big hit. Plus, Willy Wonka hit. Shawshank, famously iconic, but did shit at the box office.
Really?
Yeah.
Why do you think that?
Because it was one of those movies like It's a Wonderful Life that came out. It was viewed and like, well, who gives a shit? But as the years went by, that movie's been embraced, and now everybody it's becomes a kind of. But It's a Wonderful Life didn't do very well at the box office, whatever. And I think Shawshank was the same thing. Shawshank became one of those movies that TNN would run at 2 a.m, or you'd start singing. This is a good movie. Oh yeah, this movie really hits the beats. This thing makes sense. I really like it.
You can watch it many times.
So as you watch it on reruns, it became something like, oh yeah, but you don't remember when was Shawshank Redemption even out? Was it 70s, 80s, 90s?
Shawshank was 94.
See, nobody even knows. Nobody knows. There's no way to find out.
No one?
Are you basing your opinion then on what you remember? Or because I heard no numbers from you.
Yeah, I'm gonna say I don't ever remember Shawshank being released in the theaters, and I remember just watching it on TV, and as I would watch it,
Wow.
this movie is really good. And I think it was that type of movie that was shit at the box office, great on TV.
But God was in that movie.
That's 30 years ago.
But we all
Okay.
knew.
So you're saying Shawshank, and I've got 2 votes for 2001 and Shawshank, right?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, Ian Burnett. Okay, in how should I do this?
Well,
In
just say the
4th place,
Uh-huh.
the movie that made the most money at the box office, with a budget of 12 million and a box office of $57 million, was 1968's 2001: A Space Odyssey.
See,
That
I
was
don't
in
gamble
4th
well.
place. In 3rd place, with a budget of 4 million and a $38 million box office, was Annie Hall, 1977. $4 million budget,
Is
38
Tom
million.
gonna win this one?
Not bad.
Oh,
And in 2nd place, with a budget of $25 million,
I said good day,
Box
sir.
office of $28 million.
I said good day.
Was 1994 Shawshank Redemption,
What?
leaving the number one place 1971's Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory was the biggest bomb at the box office. A budget of $3 million.
I said good day.
It did a grand total of $4 million at the box office.
Oh my gosh. And see,
It was a huge bomb at the box office.
Is
Willy
that what
Wonka and the Chocolate Factory.
The one with Gene Wilder, right?
Yep.
How did
1971.
it turn around then? Because clearly that's a classic.
Like
because I've
Tom said,
watched it like 50 million
the
times.
replays and people realize what a brilliant, brilliant movie it was. Isn't that amazing though? $4 million box office, even in 71.
Wow.
I mean, in 68, 2001 did 57 million. But it is funny though, if I ask you to name somebody who starred in 2001 Space Odyssey.
That robot voice.
Huh?
That robot voice.
Yeah, the robot voice.
Yeah,
exactly.
no, there was no famous characters, no
Guy-
famous actors.
The lead guy, Dave. What are you doing, Dave?
What are you doing, Dave?
Keir Dullea. Never heard of him.
Did he do
I have-
anything else?
Did he-
after?
I was gonna say, did he do after?
Not really. What's weird is if you remember in the movie, he ages. And if you look him up now, he literally looks exactly like the gray kind of face and everything.
Man,
He
scared the
ages
shit out of
exactly
you.
the same way. I have a speed round if you have time.
Do
It's
it.
A very fun speed round, okay?
All right, we'll call Tom the winner of the last one. Go on.
And then
Yeah, we'll call Tom the absolute loser of the last one.
Wow.
Okay, so here's what I want you to do. I want you to say up or down. You got to do it quickly too. This is speed. So I'm going to say, here's what it is. We're playing a quick game of alive or dead for movie stars and TV stars.
Wow.
If you think the person is alive, you say
Oh, okay.
If you say dead, you go down. You got to do it quick. You can't wait
Okay.
to see what the other people think. You
don't
got to
cheat,
go
Tom.
alive
Don't cheat.
or dead.
Don't
Okay,
cheat.
and
Close your
and I'll
eyes.
give out the points.
Please, why would I cheat off you two?
Oh, wow.
You know,
Alive?
how are you not in a relationship?
Yeah, why am I still single?
Here, I know. What a charmer. Okay. Okay, let's practice. We're gonna do one quick practice round. Alive or dead? Tom Wise. Alive. Okay, good. Okay, here we go. You ready?
Yes.
Yes, ma'am.
There are 6 of them.
Okay.
First one is Barbara Eden. Alive or dead? Alive is correct. 1 point, Christy. She is 89 years old. Number 2, ready?
Yes.
Gavin McLeod from Love Boat. You're all wrong. He's still alive, 90 years
I
old.
think everyone's dead.
You're voting dead on everybody. Okay, ready? Number 3. Ready?
Yes.
Florence Henderson. Alive or dead?
Oh, nope.
Dead is correct. Christy gets a point. She died in 2016.
She did?
Yes.
Not my heart,
Christy's
she
ahead 2-0 to nothing. Okay, here we go. 3 left. You got a chance to catch her.
She's dead?
I know. Florence Henderson's been dead for 5 years. Still dead. Okay, you ready?
Yes.
Patrick Swayze. Alive or dead? You're all correct. You all get a point. He
Yeah,
has
that was
been
brutal.
dead since 2009. I didn't.
Pancreatic cancer,
That
right?
was so
wasn't it?
sad.
Yeah, it was pancreatic
That was sad.
cancer. Very
Yep.
good, Tom.
So sad.
Okay, ready? 2 more. Alive or dead? Ready? Dick Van Dyke.
I follow him on Instagram.
Alive is
Oh.
correct. You lose, Christy. Okay. Tom
Did you see
and
what
Melinda. I'm kidding. I had to do that one.
No.
Melissa,
it's
don't be upset, Melissa.
Okay, so you both have 1 point. Christy still has 2. Wait, did somebody else get 1 more? No, you
No.
guys both got.
I'm always wrong.
Okay. And here's the wait, what was the last one I said? Dick Van Dyke. That's right. Okay,
Yeah.
here's the tiebreaker.
Uh-oh.
Tom has 1. Wait, Tom and Melinda both got a point on the other one.
Yeah.
So you both have 2 points.
No,
Yes.
it's 2
And
to
then
1.
I thought I had
Hey,
3.
Christy
I
has
don't
He
three.
has 2 points as well.
2 to 3.
I have
Yeah.
3. I thought.
You
I
have
thought I
3,
had
okay.
3.
Okay, here we go. You guys can
Okay.
tie. Christy, ready? Last one. Alive or dead? Christopher Lloyd.
I don't know who that is.
He's alive. He's alive. 82 years old.
Back to the Future.
Back to the Future, the professor.
So it's a three-way tie. Everybody gets 3 points.
It's a three-way.
No harm, no foul.
What?
No harm, no
Tom's
foul.
dream come true.
We knew we were going to end up with a three-way.
I
Congratulations,
know, exactly. I'm
everybody.
excited that I can just sit here and watch.
All right.
That's my role, the watcher.
Well done, Mr. Davis. Well done, sir.
Thank you. Thank you. All right,
Thank
you guys.
very much, Matt.
Christy, you're the best in the business. Don't ever change.
Thank
right.
you.
Melinda,
You too.
Melinda,
Melissa,
Melinda.
whatever.
Tom, you're the best also.
Thanks, Davis. We're wrapping
for
this thing up
tuning in.
anyway.
For Chrysler.
Good night, everybody.
Good night, everybody.
Thank you,
Come
man.
on.
Bye, Matt.
That was
I
nice.
can't believe a space Odyssey made that much money.
I'm
long
shocked.
ago. I had no
I
idea
s-
it was that.
The only one that I really loved was Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory, and I assumed because I loved it, everybody else did. So, see, assuming makes an ass out of you and me.
Yeah.
Always.
I knew that Shawshank didn't do well at the box office. I had no idea that the
know.
Willy Wonka was that bad. Good God.
I didn't.
Oh.
I had no idea.
I thought
I
that was.
wonder though if it came out when other films, you know how that happens, if there are other fantastic films and it just doesn't get as
Yeah.
much attention.
Yeah.
I feel
I
like
mean, but Gene Wilder was he coming off of Blazing Saddles, or was that before Blazing Saddles? I think that was after.
was very well accepted though in that industry, right? He was always well loved. Just fascinating. I'll have to do some
Yeah.
research to see what else
That's very interesting. So, yeah.
is going on. Poor Matt, he's gonna have to take a nap after this. We threw a lot at him.
All right. Well, Daddy's got to get some work done. Are we wrapping it up, ladies?
Well,
One last tip. Tip.
Please.
With
Where-
your water before in the mornings, drink 1 cup of that hot water with a lemon squeezed in, just lemon juice squeezed into it as hot water, hot tea, lemon water tea.
Why
Drink
hot?
that every morning.
Why
okay.
hot?
Your body digests it easier. It's able to take that in and use those nutrients much more efficiently when it's warm, like a tea.
Because I drink a lot of water first thing in the morning. I drink a full glass of water, but it's not hot, and I don't have
Cold.
lemon.
Well, do you drink at room temperature?
It's been in the fridge because I got a double
Room?
filter.
Room temperature is the best for you because your body takes it in and uses it better. But with the lemon, you want it to be hot so that it can really absorb and move energy, get to your liver because it's helping flush your liver out. So
Very good.
Good to know.
springtime tea, morning, and then chrysanthemum
Springtime.
licorice after.
Okay.
Very nice.
I
All
like
right. I'll tell
that.
Patrick. Patrick's in the teas. I'll tell him about that. That's nice.
Yeah. And then
Wow.
what's your sexy tip, Tom? Look, he always is surprised. Monday will be our 100th show.
Monday's gonna be our 100th show.
Always.
Oh, I'm on 99. 99 is like
99.
99.
99. Sexy tip. Always hold the door open so she can say, I don't need that. Okay.
There, I love it. Not bitter.
Let me ask you a question real quick before you go. When you hold the door open, is any way, shape, or form, is that flirting?
Ooh.
I find I hold the door open for usually just people in general.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Because my grandkids like to tell me when I was down in Florida with them all the time, that they would say, somebody hold the door and I'd turn around, I'd look at him and I was like, he's flirting with me. They'd be like, he's just being nice.
Yeah. I don't know. In my circles, most of the women are closing in on 100. I don't see a lot. Not that there's anything wrong with that. But
Saw a hot chick. Would you try to scamper to the door to get the door?
no, I'm giving that. No, that'd be ridiculous. Scamper to
never
the door.
know. Okay, would you athletically run to the door?
No, I'm not running anywhere. You'd look like an idiot if you go to run to the door.
No, if she didn't know.
I'd knock her down so I could get in front of her, open the door, please, like a gentleman.
Yes. There you go.
Oh my
there
gosh.
it is. Well, thank you for
You're
those
funny.
tips.
Thanks, Christy. We'll have to
Thanks,
get you back.
Tom.
That was kind of an abbreviated version of having Christy. This because this is the big event for us to have you on the show.
Yes.
It's fun. I love doing this.
Very
Anytime.
exciting.
Next time I won't have this jaw and my tooth will be
Please.
better.
Well, I love the idea of we should always maybe include like some medical advice or some kind of health
Okay.
advice from Christy, because she knows so much to like, help teach our viewers, because even the water thing, who knew? And that small change makes such a big difference.
It's huge. It's huge. Well, I told you when I did it, my sister and I started it in December, and because I just knew I wasn't getting enough fluids, enough water in.
Yeah.
And I lost 13 pounds doing
Wow.
it, and just in that first month that I did it, which was
Yeah.
so nice to,
That
and
is-
your skin does get better. I mean, everything gets, it's just very nice. You feel better, and you don't feel like you need to eat as much. Your cravings subside significantly. So yeah,
Amen.
Do
you don't have
recommend
time to eat because you're always
don't-
drinking.
You know, peeing.
peeing? When Tom
Drinking
and I
and
did,
peeing, that's true. The two things, drinking and peeing
when Tom and I
constantly.
did the last segment, we finished up and I said, I have to go. I was dying. Goodbye.
All right. Well, everybody have a, go ahead, Melinda.
Is the lemon throughout the day in your water, or just
No,
like
just the morning.
Okay.
You can do it throughout the day in regular water if you want to, but just in the morning, that first cup is the crucial point in getting your digestive system going,
Perfect.
helping with that dynamic. So yeah,
Love
that and then, yeah. So,
In what?
well, just drinking a lot of that water,
Oh,
you can,
all right. I thought
You
there was
don't have to
a
drink-
key element you were going to, and then you just assume we knew it. And then,
We
of
know
course,
nothing.
the rest.
We know nothing.
All right. Well, have a great weekend, ladies.
thank
Yes.
you.
Thank you
It's
so
been
much.
great. It was
Thanks
fun.
for being our
Yeah, it
guest,
was
Christy.
Super fun. I appreciate having you. I'm Melinda McKinsey.
I'm Tom Wise. Go
and
ahead,
you
Christy.
are-
Oh, I'm Christy Gillespie.
Nice. And you've been
Thanks for
unpacking.
having me.
Our pleasure. Been
Love you
unpacking.
guys.
Love you too.
That's another one in the can. Bye.